Hi all, it's Nicole Aleph, and in this video I will show you how to create details about urban places in this case. And you can see we've loaded already our satellite raster maps, and this is the urban place in which we will create our vector layers later. First we remove any adjacent black fill of the images. Is done by setting the transparency to 100% of these pixels, and we do that for all maps. Then we save the layer state, or the layer combination. In this case it's a plugin which is very often used in QGIS, and by which we will define the layers which will be needed for this drawing. Let's prepare some labeling. In this case I will label the villages and the areas, terrain areas, and I will limit the labels only for those that have, as you can see, area which is more than, and I will find a value which is significant. You can type whatever value you want, but I will use an existing one just in case. Yes, 101,000 square meters. Every area that is less than that won't be labeled. That's called route labeling, and you can also search in YouTube about that. It's a very simple way to label, but it's practical. Otherwise you will have to create additional column. You will have first to select those with area more than the value you desire, and then assign to them a specific attribute. Now we will create a new shapefile in which we will specify the zones for our details. Later we will separate this shapefile, or to be more precise, we will divide it into two layers. One layer for the vertical maps and one for the horizontal ones. Why do we do that? Because later we will use the class feature. It's one very useful feature in QGIS, and I've done also some videos about it. And by this feature we will set our maps. Yes, and we save the same layer with a different name. As I mentioned, we will use that for vertical maps and the first one for horizontal. we'll set Symbology, which is only an external line, and we'll use dashed line. And now we'll draw the rectangular shapes. First we'll remove any avoid intersections, which will prevent us from drawing correctly. And now let the digitizing of the details extent begin. You can use the advanced digitizing toolbar and set the snapping to correct degree angle, in this case 0 or 90 degrees, to create a rectangular shape. We will type the name of the urban place in the features attribute table, so that later when we name the drawing, we'll use that as an attribute that automatically names the drawing. And we proceed the same way for all the villages and towns. This is done in increased speed, by the way. Don't be fooled by that. I'm not that fast yet. Alright, we saved the shapes, and now we will transfer the vertical one to the other layer, and the horizontal one to the layer containing the horizontal boundaries. Yes, this will be another vertical one. Yes, that's perfect. And only one remains now. It will be a horizontal one. And we type the name of the village. Alright, that's the first part of our series about how to create details in QGIS. It's Nicole Walef from ArtPro signing off.